Good day, everyone. Nice to see you today. You are welcome to GTV Africa live from our studio. The journey so far. You know, we always have our guests in the house. Anytime you say the journey so far, it's with very important personality in the house. The journey so far by Gbemiga, Olamikan, and Kenny Fash. Kenny Fash is in the house with me. Kenny, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Gbemiga. Good to see you again today. Viewers at home, whenever you're watching from, it is your favorite program, of course, The Journey So Far, with the boss, Gbemiga, Olamikan, and myself, Kenny Fash.
Kenny, let me tell you something. Don't you use the boss. In the studio, no boss. Here, no boss.
Okay, if you're trying to do that because of what I'm going to collect from you after the program,
No problem.
it's not going to work. All right, as usual, do I have your permission to introduce our guest for today?
Somebody is in the house that needs to be introduced. Let's go on.
All right, as you all know, when it comes to the journey so far, we always bring some acclaimed dignitaries. Today we have in the house a multi-talented person. I call her simple with a big God. Our guest for today, she is an accountant by profession. I can say she is a caterer by calling, probably. And of course, by passion, she is an activist. And I can bet you're going to have a lot to learn from her journey so far. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from, it is time to unveil our wonderful guest for today. Please welcome Lolade Ogunnubi.
Like a drum roll. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Who are you?
Okay. My name is Lolade Ogunnubi. I'm an accountant, finished from Lagos State University. A caterer, learned that from my mom, so it's in the blood. And yeah, I'm a social worker, also passionate about the humanitarian space.
That's serious. You see, like I said she is a multi-talented person. She just told us this, but I must ask you a question. I actually introduced you as the caterer by calling. Now, I think you should give me something for that because you just told us you learned that from mom. But let's quickly get it on. On the program, we always have different sections. Like now, you have a lot to ask you today, and at the end of the day, it's still about journey so far. So let's get it started. You're an accountant by profession. You have passion for other stuff. You are a caterer. I want to know, how do you manage all this together? How do you do it together?
Okay, so for me, it's just about the passion. I'm an accountant, of course, everyone wants to go to school and make it in life, definitely. So yeah, that's where the accounting and the school thing comes in. But for every other one, like I said, I learned catering from my mom. Like she keeps saying, before, like in the room, you've been baking, no, I know. So yeah, this is something I just picked up from the house and yeah, passionate about. So when I stopped working, literally, I just like, oh, why don't I just go into it fully? So yeah, that's why into the kitchen aspect.
Oh, have you ever gone to school?
Yes, I have.
Can you tell me about your schooling life?
It was very boring. So for everyone that I tell that went to Lagos State University, they're like, lie. You probably went to a private uni. I don't know why. But yeah, I think I have this
You
reserved
actually
personality.
look private schoolish, if there's English like that.
Rainbow. But no. I actually went to public school. I went to government school. I went to Lagos State University. And plenty other certificates. But yeah, I think I have diploma in supply chain management, Nigerian Institute of Managers. See, and so much more. You can just mention, yeah. But that's my school life. But bottom line, it's boring.
Boring?
Yeah, for some people, like I said, no one believed I went to Lagos State University. And for every other certificate I acquired was just because I don't want to sit at home. So I'm not the, what's it called, being idle kind of person. I just want to learn more and aspire more and get more. So definitely, that was where the other certificates comes in place.
I don't want to give you calculations too much. I wanted to find out about what year and what year. Okay, but let me say, when did you come to Abuja?
I came in 2015. That's for my youth service. Yeah, so I've been in Abuja since then. The office I was working with, or I served with, got me retained, and I also worked with them for 5 years. I just left last year, August. So.
Oh, well, it's good.
You know,
You that you are far away, you need to relocate to Abuja.
When I was looking through your profile, I understand the fact that you had to leave Lagos for Abuja. I've been asking myself, so I just appreciate the question Gbemiga just asked you, because I've been asking myself, everyone wants to blow in quote in Lagos. Why will you come to Abuja? But thank God for answering that question. Now, quickly, let's talk about your passion. You see, like I said, a lot are on your profile. Like, seriously, I asked myself, how do you do all this? But probably you will tell us about that when the time comes. But you see, you're passionate about humanitarian space. You said that. You're an activist, a gender-based, violence advocate, and all this. I asked myself, what brought about this passion? Is there any, most time we talk to some people, we interview some people.
Yeah.
Some fight for this because they were probably a victim of such stuff. But for you, is there anything behind that passion? What brought this passion?
For me, it's born out of the fact that I just want everyone around me to be comfortable, and that's my word. So I don't like the fact that every other person, you're moving forward and everyone around you are probably behind. So it is more or less like they tend to drag you back, so to say. So if I'm heading this way and others are heading the other way, definitely one way or the other they're pulling you back. So
Sure.
for me, it has to do with the love for people. It has to do with I just want to see everyone around me prosper. I just want to see everyone around me doing so well. And especially when it comes to the youth too. Like my keyword has always been, I don't like it when youth waste away. Like, you have so much potential you have to put out there. And so for some youth, if you don't tell it to them to their face, if you don't push them to it, if you don't encourage them, definitely they just sit back and feel like, oh, this life is, let's just take it the way it is. But now you have to go out there and tell them, like, hey, there's more to life than you just wasting away and you're not doing anything. So for me, that's where all of that comes in. And I think someone asked me to of recent, like, oh, you started activism like of recent. I just started smiling. I think I got my first certificate from UNICEF when I was in secondary school.
Wow.
So that is like a long journey. So it's not like you just started like yesterday or the day before. But it's stuff I had passion about. I think I was telling a friend today I had VSO certificate in camp. Like, how did you volunteer for them in camp? But yeah, it's just me. As far as I see an opportunity or a space to like prove, or I want to be a social worker, or I enjoy the humanitarian space, definitely I'm in.
What do you mean by humanitarian space? Social worker. Many people might not understand. Maybe you are speaking grammar. And
You just spoke my mind, actually.
some might want to be that, but they don't know that is.
I was asking if I
so
had
what
the
is
question
social worker
to be like, I don't
and the other
understand
one?
English. Thank you for helping me.
In simple English, social worker is someone that cares about every other person. You care about you care about the society, you care about people that live in it. It's just something you want to do to make every other person's life better. Why do humanitarians? They just, like you said, humanity. You care for people. You're willing to give, like a philanthropist sort of thing. You just want to save it. Like I said, I advocate for improving standard of living of people. Like, that is what we lack in Nigeria. So yeah, if every other person could give it a voice and be like, hey, those in rural areas should also get or benefit from what those in the urban areas are benefiting from. So, yeah.
Okay, where have you ever worked?
Okay, like I said, professionally, I only worked with an organization, which is Construct Real Estate Firm, as an accountant. But for the social work, oh jeez, where do we start from?
You just have to start somewhere, like seriously.
From the social work, I think I volunteered for like so many organizations, so many from UNICEF, USAID, the SDG story. I think I was one of the storytellers in 2019. For OSAP SDG, World Largest Lessons, World Literacy Foundation. Oh Jesus, should I still go on?
Wow.
Youth of Africa,
I'm
like I
waiting
said.
for you to talk about maybe you had anything with Twitter or something.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that was like early this year. Funny enough, I just got a tweet from a Twitter influencer and was like, oh, he wants to organize an event in Abuja and yeah, come in. And I remember I was like, hey, the only event I organize is the NGO stuff. I've never gone. I'm like, you know how Twitter can be now. You fuck up, they'll drag you. But yeah, it was like, yeah, you can do it. And we pulled out the event in less than 3 weeks. Yeah, less than 3 weeks. So we were able to, it was an Abuja Twitter business meeting. And the aim was just to reach out to have a launch meeting with business. Like businessmen and women in Abuja just coming together to share their ideas and experience with Twitter influencers. And yeah, the aim was just few people, maybe 20 to 50. By the end of the day, we got to like over 60 people, almost 70 people. So yeah. Then now we are working on another back to school event, actually in partnership with my foundation, to give out to students in Cairo, like a back to school sort of thing.
So what about?
But wait, Gbemiga. The foundation, now I want us to actually talk about that. You know, before you asked that question about the work and all that, I was open to ask you a question of all this social work you do. I'm very sure you will experience a lot of challenges doing that. So how do you manage those challenges?
It's not been easy. Like I said, for me, the passion keeps me going. So irrespective of what others might think. So now when I was to start my foundation, Lolade Foundation, everyone kept asking, why do you want to do this? Who are you? Where will you get the money from? Will you keep funding it from your salary? You know, the maintenance pays has to be, you have enough. Someone even told me you have to make it in life. And probably you have so much stock up, then when you retire, that is what you should be doing. But like I said, it is just a passion for me. I served in Nasarawa State, and for me, I get to see parents, so to say, where the parents will actually want their male kids to go to school. Fine for them. After school, go to the farm. But now for the female kids, they want their kids to go to so it's like sort of a competition. Oh, my daughter is getting married to the local government chairman as the 5th wife. Oh, your own is small. Mine is the current senator of so and so place as the 13th wife, kind of. And I was like, hey, I'm coming from Lagos. Like, parents are aspiring for their kids to go to school. It's like a competition. Look at your mates. So and so at first class, and you're coming home with second class. You know, that was like sort of a competition. And that is where I'm coming from. That's the West. We value education. But I'm coming to the North where, hey, who cares if we go to school? Like, I had stories and instances of, we are even teaching in class, we just have few people that comes to class and like, hey, now, wow, you know? So, yeah, that was where all of this bore out from. That was where all of this came up. Like I keep saying, I like to encourage youths and teenagers coming up, hey, there's more to life than what you're just making if you don't be limited to your physical, like your surroundings and all of that. So now for the challenges, going back to when I created the foundation, like I said, there were so many discouragements. You don't have to. How much is your salary? How much are they paying you? Even got to a part of where you like tell people, feel like, only they've started. That is an avenue to like to steal, for fraud and stuff like that. But I was like, it is real. So even if it's 10 students, I'm able to pay their school fees, and I'm able to reach out to 200 students, because that was the plan. I did it at NAF Conference Center. And the plan was just to invite 10 students per school, 10 primary school and 10 secondary school, where I'm going to be giving scholarship to 10 students that can't afford your school fees.
I want to go to school.
They said I can afford to pay their school fees and get school kits. But for every other student that attend, I got them guest speakers to do different stuff. So we talked about the importance of education. We talked about sex education. We spoke about social accountability in school. Do you know so many things, like we get talk about suicide, depression. You know, the kids at the end of it all, the kids were like, when I was watching the interview they had with the kids, I feel fulfilled. I get the part that somebody told you that why were you bringing sex education to primary school students and secondary school students? Thank God, though, the person was in the hall and the person was proved wrong when a 12-year-old girl asked that why will you tell me to abstain from sex when I can actually use pills and precaution? And the coordinator asked, how old are you? And said she's 12. Then I had to look at the person that tell me, can you see? So, yeah, it's funny enough. I know, like I was saying yesterday on radio, on Ray FM, parents think this education should be taught to their kids in school. No, it should start from the home. And I just saw that our generation parents are failing. So yeah, we should come in. If I saw that the space, like the gap is just there. Let if our parents, if the parents are not doing, because see, at the end of the day, it's not just about the parents, because it's bounce back on every one of us in the society. So
I hope you are listening. It's not only in the school that you expect the teachers to tell them much about the sex education. In the house, you had the parents, you are close to them. You should be able to say something about that. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's fine. So yeah, that was where, like I said, I had to do most of it through my financial, like for my salary. I talked to like few people that came on board. So at the end of it, people were now donating. So I think it's just the idea of like, let us see, is she here for the money or she's here for but at the end of it all, even after, like people were still donating and sending in more donations. So
there's something you did, or let me say something you've been doing that keeps me amazed somehow. I'm not actually amazed because I've seen you with this passion even from far, but I went through some of your profile and some of your posts on social media, and I understand the fact, especially when it comes to your catering business, every of your flyers carries 10% of whatever you order goes into charity. Can you please explain that?
Okay, yeah,
and
like
the brain behind that, if possible.
Okay, so like I said, mostly I fund this charity thing from either my personal pocket or, yeah, like I just reach out to friends and family. So yeah, why not? If you're ordering anything from me, from either it's a cake or it's food or it's snacks or it's chops, I just take out 10% of it to fund the NGO. Even though I know I do more than the 10%, but definitely that's just an ideal culture behind it. And besides, I think it's something everyone should emulate. So even if I'm not enforcing for you to tell you that, 10% of whatever you give goes to charity, in your own little way, so what are you giving back to charity? So it's like a two-way thing. I'm using that opportunity to put it in your subconsciousness. You should give to charity. But at the same time, too, if you patronize me, yeah, I'm also helping you to give to charities. Yeah, something like that.
Well, it's nice to see, it's nice to hear, it's nice to see you, and nice to hear much about things that you are talking about. But this is GTV Africa, live from our studio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, GTV Africa, and like our Facebook page, GTV Africa Services. Lola, I want to find out.
Okay.
Will GTV be part of what you are planning? And what are you planning?
Okay, what am I planning? Of course, GTV can, why not? This is like free ticket or a blank check, so to say. Yeah, definitely. What am I planning? We're looking forward to having Lola conversation. As far as I'm concerned, this is one of it, because the whole idea is to like have conversation around so many things. Get to talk to people. It spoke about me being a gender-based violence advocate. That is what I do. Come, let's have a conversation. Let's talk around gender-based violence. Let's talk about rape. Let's talk about early child marriage. Let's talk about female genital mutilation. Let's talk about domestic violence. So I do this with, hey, it could be a movie night. Come, let's watch movie. I'm not telling you the movie we're watching, but definitely after the movie, we all get to talk over popcorn and Coke, free Coke and free popcorn. Or we organize a football match, so to say. Then after the match, hey, let's talk, guys. And funny enough, I think, like I was saying yesterday, when it comes to gender-based violence, Kai, there's so much work to do with the guys. So, okay, so I'm maybe between two guys.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
There's so because they have to start convincing and telling them, oh, this is that. So yeah, why not? Let me look for a fun activities for the guys. Hey, come after the fun activities, let's talk. So that's where Lolade session comes in. And I'm also working on from the NGO aspect. Like I said, we do education, entrepreneurship training, and social well-being. Next month should be our entrepreneurship training, the fiscal training. But along the line too, we'll be speaking to as many health workers as possible. For me, looking at the Lekki toll gate killing, the NSAS, whatever, the massacre and the rest, I keep telling people that a lot of Nigeria wouldn't have died if they have a knowledge of first aid kits. Now, you have a gun wound. What do you do immediately to sustain yourself before you get to the hospital? You got involved in an accident. A friend got involved in an accident last year, and her knee was broken. Now, so instead of the first aid she got at that point was to bandage her other part of the leg instead of the upper part together with the other part. So that alone cost us thousands of naira because the first aid that was given to her was wrong. So now these are like, if you watch foreign movies, sorry I'm bringing this in, you see when people had an accident or gone with or something, they know the right thing to do at that point.
Sure.
When someone is drowning, they know the right thing to do. So this is what I want to bring into the Nigerian space. Educating everyone, like leaving no one behind. Educating everyone on first aid, what you should have, what you should do, basic knowledge of what you should do. I believe if we all have all of this, hey, the death rate in Nigeria is going to be reduced. So yeah, I think that's just too funny.
Like I will be your personal assistant when you become. I think you should come to Nigerian politics. How do you, or don't you think about that?
Well, I'm not saying that you should not come to Nigerian politics, but going to Nigerian politics with what you have at hand, you are moving in a direction that is not yours, but just continue with the direction you are, and let other people at the other side continue with that one. Well, it's nice to be here. This is GTV Africa live from our studio in Abuja, and you are on with Gbemiga, Olamikan, and Fash. In the house, we have Lolade.
Ogunnubi is in the house. A caterer, activist, an accountant. I'm very sure, I don't know, it's all, the time depends on the boss. Sorry, I should not call boss. Boss not boss at the end of the day. But I know, as an accountant, you're going to do something for me at the end of the program. Very, very, very soon. We'll call that hot seat, but the boss will tell me when the time is up for that.
Well, I don't want to go far. You are a young lady, classified as a youth. Three of us on the seat now. The answers.
Okay.
Now it's raining. What's your take?
Oh, my take is just one. I wish the government are going to listen. They stop playing politics with people's life. Like, just stop it. So the answer brought out of the fact that Nigerian youth are frustrated. Nigerian youth needs to speak up. Nigerian youth are trying to take accountability for where our presidents, so to say, or where those in leadership are not taking responsibilities. So it is we voice now, like, hey, we've had enough. You guys have done enough. But like I keep saying, it's not just about the dialogue. It's not just about the talking. It's about the action. So let's stop doing, like, I was in a meeting like last 2 weeks. I'm like, hey, it's not about youths coming together and talk. Trust me, we've talked too. We've said so much. There's been so many dialogue, but has there been actions taking place?
So do you think we are ready?
Okay. I said initially, for youths, some needs to be pushed. Some wants to see one person going out there to do the talking, then they come in place. So now it is about whoever is going to champion something, understand who your youths are. It's more or less like, let me understand who my followers are, then I'll know where to come in. So if you don't understand the certain type of youths you have, then you keep saying, oh, youths are not ready. Trust me, if you engage 10 youths, 9 of them are ready. Okay. But now who is going to be bold enough to come out? That's where it comes out. So it is more or less like, I want to see somebody coming out, doing the talking, they will all follow suit. So I think that is where most people get discouraged.
Yes, I understand. But I want to go to another end when it comes to youths. We've had some youths in the government, and even currently we still have some. Can you say that what they've done in the recent time is justified to the level of saying that the youth should take over?
So, like I keep saying, it's in the system already. Okay, let me give you a scenario. I was talking with a friend, and it was like they were meant to take a file, an hard copy file from one government office to another in Lagos. Now, considering the traffic, it was late hour, definitely. One, there's a probability that when you meet Lagos traffic, you're going to get to your destination. And even if you get to the destination, will the person still be on seats to collect the file? Now, and he was trying to talk to me, Oga, why don't we just do an hard copy file? Sorry, a soft copy. Mail it to this person. Then probably tomorrow, the man know that is how government work is from time memorial. You know, they are not ready to change. It is more or less like there's a system in place you have to follow suit. Someone was saying, oh, probably when those in power dies, you know, we youth can come. Like, hey, it's not going to happen. You know why? Because these are like, those in power have kids. They see what their parents are doing. So definitely, it's more or less like inculcating what you know into those kids.
So you're saying the
So
children
it is
will
like,
take it up
definitely.
from them.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's the
that's-
way mentality. Who is ready to stand up?
At
Are
the
you ready to stand up to one Godfather?
At the moment now, some people are still talking about Lekki toll gate, that the panel is not supposed to have handed over the key for reopening of Lekki toll
Definitely.
gates. Certain set of people are planning to come out. I know
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
not
It's
part of
fine.
what you are here for, but
It's fine.
as we I won't allow you to just go like that without asking you. What will be your take? Should people continue standing outside or follow what the government says? Stay at home, don't
Your
come out
take
because of
about that.
coronavirus or whatever. What do you? Your personal.
If it's
views.
about coronavirus, definitely everyone is going to take precautions. That's for me. But I feel we still need to do the talking. We still need to do the dialogue. We still need to keep advocating for all of this till they get to know. So now if you're saying, you're more or less telling us that, oh, for those that died, for the killing, the shooting, the injuries and everything does not concern you. Because if it's a foreign country, definitely every of those investigations should have been put out there.
Sure,
It should have been
sure.
a closed file saying,
Sure.
oh, this was what happened. This was the meetings we had. This was the, what's the call? This was the outcome of all of the
Outcome,
meeting.
yeah.
This was, at the end of the day, this is what we're able to achieve. But this is what we've learned from it. Now, all of these are not in place. I am more or less like, hey, we don't care. Let us be open. Of course, we'll all come out and talk about it.
So, what advice can you give governments?
Can you just please listen to us? So I get the fact that government feels, oh, we've had this experience over time. So definitely what you guys are coming up to say does not matter. Now, looking back at the NSAS protest, you could see how Nigerians were willing to help each other. You get the fact
Sure,
that people
sure,
go to
sure.
the protest ground, there was enough food, there was enough water, people were able to
Sure,
come up
sure,
with things.
And that was the
There were
problem to the government.
technologies, thank you, there were technologies in place. Like, oh, call this toll line and get help. Do this if you okay, we saw the what was it, I think in Abuja here, when the thugs were like what's it called, smashing cars and destroying cars. You know, we just a post online, you have people like Davido and Co saying, oh, go to Coast Chavis, go to this, you get your car fixed. You know, people were willing to help. That is the Nigerian youth we have. But now fathers and moms or those in power feels, oh, they've been in this game over the years, and you guys what's it called, your ideas and code does not matter. But hey, why don't you just give us? I saw the fact that they organized the what's it called, the panel with other youths in Lagos and all of that. By the end of the day, these guys come back online and tell us, oh, their voice was still not heard. It is more or less like, let us bring the youths, let them come and talk, but still, yeah, their voices are in air. So what's the point in the first place?
Oh, well, I'm sorry for taking you out of your...
No, it's fine.
you know, I can't just allow you to...
Maybe
to
that was
just-
why I was talking about politics.
yes,
We'll
well,
talk
everyone is playing politics.
Most times
You play politics in your house, you
Definitely.
play
Sure,
politics
sure,
within
sure,
your
sure.
bro-
It's not from
within
the
brothers
home.
and
Sure,
every
sure,
other one.
sure.
We're playing politics almost everywhere, even in office politics. You need to go and study office politics.
You just actually played one now. You said I should stop
You
calling
look how you
boss.
boss.
No.
It's-
You know, in
it's still
journalism,
politics.
when you bring buzz and this, that makes it to be. But this time around, it will be good to just continue. But I don't know. Maybe we might bring you back if
Definitely.
opportunity comes in.
Definitely.
But in the next 2 years, am I still going to see the same Lolade, or what type of Lolade will I see in the next 2 years?
Definitely, I'm going to. Maybe the only difference would be I would have been married. You know what I mean? Okay,
Sure,
yeah.
sure,
So
sure.
definitely, like I keep saying. Okay, so I tell people that the humanitarian space for me, or my NG is like a retirement plan for me. So which means years to come, it's not fading out. I said it on radio yesterday that years to come, in short, generations to come. My keyword has always been I want to be a voice in my generation, and I want to be a solution to my generation. So meaning even generations to come can, hey, Lola was this person. So I'm not just coming to, I just want to come and go. No, I want to come and make impact. I want even my great and great grandchildren will be like, yeah, Lola was somebody to us. I don't know if you get like they can be proud and like, oh, we had a grandmom or a great grandmom that was this. So for me, I don't think Lola is fading out anytime soon.
Oh, recently we lost Esther Uzoma, one of the lawyers in town that normally acts or speak in favor of gender violence and many other things. Are we expecting Lola to take that shoe or surpass Ngozi? I mean,
Esther.
Uzoma, Esther. And what are you going to do in that aspect?
Like I keep saying, one, everybody has to be themselves, true. You don't have to like follow in any other person's shoe. Just be you. Be unique and be different. So for me, yeah, I'll keep raising my voice. Like I said, I tend to sit back and think, how best can I relate gender-based violence to people? And I cited examples of we coming to watch free movies, popcorn on me, coke on me, let's talk. Organize events. I think I was even asking some, please go ask PS5. So let me call guys to come play. Then we talk. Likewise, the ladies. So I go to schools, advocate, talk to even the kids, because you'll be surprised at what these young generations tend to know when it comes to sex and we rape. I was saying yesterday. So a lady putting on short skirt is not an invitation to be raped. Me dressing the way I am probably is just for my own comfort at that moment, but it is not an invitation for you to. So if I'm being close to you as a guy, and you shouldn't take the opportunity like, oh, maybe she wants to. No, that is where consent comes in. And I think that's why we argue a lot when it comes to gender-based violence, consent. So for me, yeah, I'll try my best. I'm not saying I'm going to be her. I'm not saying I'm going to, but definitely, I think I'm working in that part.
Well, I don't want to go to other end because telling me that the way lady dress is not a question.
It's an invitation.
But I must tell you that our culture,
Definitely.
where is the position of our culture?
Definitely.
Our culture, the one I know, and the one I
Should
still want to
dress
know more.
decently.
You know the way you should dress.
Sure.
You know the way you should present
Sure,
yourself.
sure.
Even when you are with opposite sex, you know what and what to
It's
do
expected
and
of
not
you.
to do.
Sure,
So when you are doing something that is like a foreign, introduced to us by foreigners, and you are doing that, I will not want to go far without
It's
asking
actually
you
hard.
something that you just led me to. Maybe this should be the last thing I'm going to ask.
Okay.
What is your take on the issue of gay, lesbian, and others that the U.S. President is trying to tell African countries that are not in support of that to do, that they are going to reduce or take away rights, gifts, and every other thing, aids given to them? What would be your take? Remember, you told me that in the next 2 years you would like to marry.
Definitely, it's going to be to the opposite sex and not the same sex. So yeah, my take has always been it's a no-no. Religious-wise, it is no-no. Moral-wise, it is no-no. Social-wise, it should be a no-no. So irrespective, I think the first time we had that was during Obama's Virgin, and thank God we had David Mark in the house. I wouldn't say because he was a Christian, but yeah, he put a no-no to it. It was no. This is Africa or this is Nigeria, we won't accept it. So if they're coming with the same thing, so I pray we have good leadership that will also say it's a no-no for us as Nigerians.
Are you referring to National Assembly? Remember, we have a law, there is a law in place that's back that no.
Definitely.
Should somebody bring it up and change it to yes?
See, let us go far. Okay, I think it's often said that those in power probably does things at times to suit them, not considering generations to come. Not considering, even in the Bible, it is, you see people like David do, they'll tell you, as far as it won't happen during my time. You know, at times I just look back and be like, hey, but it's the reality of things. So if at that point, probably what US is offering them looks juicy, they might, like I said, we just feel we have those in power that will be able to stand up for us.
The
and
US
tell
is
us.
offering them something and they cannot work, they don't have it in their country, they cannot do their
You
own.
understand?
Well, this
Thank,
is...
I pray we have another David Mark that will help us say no.
I hope so. I hope so.
Let's see how
Well,
it goes.
this is the point where we are going to take it. Kenny, you said you had something that you wanted to do.
Hot seat
In 1
is
second.
normal. It's not,
Just 1 minute.
it's normal.
Yeah.
All right. Before that, I think it's good for Lola to give probably some address, some information, some contacts for the viewers, because you do a lot of stuff that people might want to get connected to you. So please do that before, because if you're on hot seat, you may forget some of the content.
Okay, so you can check me out on social media, Lolade Ogunnubi. Twitter is Ogunnubi Lolade. Instagram is Lolade_Ogunnubi. And my foundation is called Lola Cater for the Needy Foundation. So you can always check that out on social media. Definitely you get all the information.
Okay, now to the question.
All right, very simple.
Hope I'm safe.
Yeah, very, very safe.
Okay.
Very simple. I'm just going to ask you some questions. Just give you 2 options. You just pick. That one is not actually a question per se. It's for your followers, everyone out there to know you better. So
Okay.
I'm going just to be giving you just comfortable stuff. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's do it.
Drum roll.
All right, let's do it. Phone call or text?
Text, please.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Okay, what is the worstest thing, laundry or dishes? Worst.
Laundry, Biko.
Laundry, wow. Football or basketball?
Jesus, it have been none of the above, but I'll go with football.
Love or money?
Definitely love.
TV show or movies?
Please, TV shows.
Books or magazine?
Magazine, I beg. I need to calm down some things.
All right, and the last one?
Okay.
Tablet or computer?
Tablet. Let's walk around. Tablet.
All right, that's good. That's good to have you.
Thank
That's
you.
good to have you on the
Thank
show.
you. Thank you.
Nice to have you, Lola.
Thank you.
This is GTV Africa, live from our studio in Abuja. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, that makes us happy when we see you there. And anytime you see on your phone that GTV Africa is streaming live, join it and see what is going on. I'm yours, Gbemiga Olamikan. And in the house, I have Kenny with me, Kenny Fash.
All right, thank you everyone out there. Thank you for being with us so far. Definitely we will be back next time with another wonderful guest. And I pray sometimes in the future we have Lola back in the show. Don't forget, next time we will meet. And my name is still Kenny Fash.
Till we come your way at another time, peace be unto you. Please stay safe. Avoid crowded environment. And if you must be there, kindly use your nose guard and your hand sanitizer. Someone right there is thinking, is asking within him that you, what of you are not using your nose guard. Yes, you understand where I am. And you can see the image, the distance that you are looking at the camera brings us together. It doesn't mean that we are too close to ourselves. We have space, we have distance in ourselves. Within ourselves. Till we come your way next time, as I said, I'm Gbemiga Olamikan. Bye for now.